he did the Monster Mash.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah.
All right.
Beautiful.
Welcome to the first of hopefully many, many more of Wisecrack events. You're at the first. Give yourselves a round of applause. Yeah! Yeah! Ah! Sorry, there's a splash zone at this show. We forgot to put it on the flyer. All right. Who likes candy? It's all right. So, tepid response for candy. Who likes weird-ass horror movies? Anyone? All right. Big response for weird-ass horror movies. Who likes over-intellectualizing those weird-ass horror movies? Yeah, if you like Wisecrack, you like that. Okay, so anyway, then we got a show for you. This is going to be a kind of Halloween variety show, spooktacular extravaganza. We got lots of cool games and all sorts of weird shit. So here we go. It's an interactive show, too. So if you like something, cheer. If you hate something, boo at us. It's cool. All right. So let's meet without further ado, let's meet our panelists here. We got, who are you, sir? Not only who are you in real life, but who are you on Halloween, and what is your favorite horror movie?
Well, off the streets, my name is Adam Kovic, and I work for a channel called Funhaus.
Woo! Give him a round of applause. Funhaus is awesome.
I'm a friend of the family, but tonight I'm a sexy choir boy.
Oh, yeah.
Here to do whatever it takes to get to the top.
That's right. Give him a round of applause. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Ryan Haley. I'm an editor at Wisecrack, and I am your cult leader for the night.
Sorry. And favorite horror movie is Alien vs. Predator.
All
the
right.
First one.
Only the first one.
It's terrible.
The big detail. All right. Who are you in real life, and who are you now?
My name is DJ Mutombo. I am #1 Nigerian rapper. It is good to be in America in front of you wonderful people.
Welcome.
Thank you. You may know me as Sparky Sweets, PhD, but no. I am DJ Mutombo.
Woo! Sparky Sweets!
DJ Mutombo. I have albums after the show, $2.
What's your favorite horror movie, sir?
Oh, we do not have horror movies in Nigeria.
Oh, all right.
No, it is scary enough.
Okay. Jesus Christ. Okay. Well, moving on over here. Who are you, sir?
I'm Alec Opperman.
Give Alec a hand. He's a writer on the show. He's a writer on Wisecrack. And who are you right now?
I am a red shirt from Star Trek because I am disposable to this organization.
All righty. And here we got the one, the only. Who are you?
My name is Jared, and I'm really whatever Weasley you'd like me to be.
And I forgot to ask, what's your favorite horror movie? Both of you.
They live.
All right, they live. Cool. Carpenter and Jared.
I hadn't got a chance to think about it, but I'm going to have to go with Antichrist.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll accept it. Okay. Well, moving on to our first. Give the panelists a round of applause. All right. So moving on to our very first game we got. This first game is called "What the Hell is Going On in This Movie?" All right. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna play a bunch of clips of weird, obscure horror movie scenes out of context that you hopefully have never seen, a majority of you. And what's going to happen, how this game works, is that once we play it, then each side's going to get a turn. And once we play it, if you haven't seen the movie, then it's up to you to make a story up, to guess what led up to that scene, what led up to that point in the movie. And you get points for accuracy, but I don't expect many of you to get the accuracy points, but you get more points for creativity. Okay, if you can just think up how it got to that point. Let's hit the first clip, Dimitri. Okay. We can cut that. We can cut that one, Dimitri. Thank you very much. Okay, so, Adam.
Oh, man.
Have you seen this movie?
No, is it Black Christmas?
It is not. So, good. Since you're the visiting team, we're going to give you guys the first guess. What do you think led up to this point in the movie?
Well, I believe the film is called Santa Begins, a similar tale of Batman Begins, and is the origin story of how Santa got his power. He had to sacrifice a elvish whore to the reindeer. The headdress is God, and then he would get the rest of his beard, kind of like when Bale puts on the suit halfway through the movie.
Give that guess a round of applause. Wow. All right. That was... You get 0 accuracy points, but let's go over here first, and we'll see who wins. All right, from this side, what happened? Have either of you seen the movie?
I have not.
All right, and what the hell's going on?
Well, you're just looking at me.
Well,
you picked
I had a thing, but I can't top that. But I was gonna say that she forgot to leave out milk and cookies.
That was fun.
All right, everybody, let's go, audience. Who thinks this side won? Who thinks this side won? All right, clearly this side won. Let's go. Santa Begins is where it's at. Good job. All right, so that movie was called Silent Night, Deadly Night. All right, that's one of my favorite movies. And basically, that poor Santa Claus, when he was a child, a criminal dressed like Santa. A criminal dressed like Santa basically killed his parents, okay? So every year on Christmas, he has this like PTSD flashback to that moment, and he becomes Santa and then goes and punishes people. Okay, Dimitri, second clip. Let's move on.
Damn shids.
Holy fuck. All right. Yeah. All right. Well, we're going over here this time. What the fuck is going on in that movie?
All right, I'm gonna have to believe that this is some sort of like Thanos origin story, because there has to be some amazing cosmic power within that basketball that when she throws it at Anne Ramsey's head, it makes it explode. So I'm guessing this is some sort of tussle for the
Infinity
power.
Stone.
Yeah, it is. It is just a large Infinity Stone.
All right. Bringing the Avengers into that. Topical. Okay. What about y'all?
I am confused.
Completely in character. Good.
It looks like the old lady did not agree with the Me Too movement.
Jesus. Yes. Even more topical.
And she got what she deserved.
I believe the movie is called First GIF I've Ever Seen. That's a hard-hitting one for you folks.
All right, everybody. So, is it the origin stories of Thanos? Is it Revenge of the Me Too? All right.
We are feminists.
Sounds like by applause, this team won. What's going on over there? Give them a round of applause. So, they won on creativity. Clearly, none of them won the accuracy point. That movie is called Deadly Friend. It's a Wes Craven joint. And here's the plot description. After his friend is killed by her abusive father, the new kid in town attempts to save her by implanting robotic microchips into her brain. After finally killing her abusive father, Samantha continues her kill spree to her cranky old neighbor's house with an unorthodox weapon. That doesn't really explain why her head exploded from a basketball, but we'll keep going. Round 3.
Mom? Oh, Billy. How sweet of you to come here to me.
all, son. I guess you're right. I am a butthead. Hey, Bill.
Nice. Oh, yeah. 2 minutes later. Oh, yeah. You gotta love that. Yeah, just get it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Wow. So. Oof. What's going on?
I feel bad because it's almost like cheating. I've seen that movie. That's that's the Never-Ending Story 3, Sebastian's Revenge. That's when Sebastian goes to college and he runs all out of wishes and he goes to his first orgy and it's just a little too weird for young Sebastian. And then Jonathan Brandis hangs himself.
Oh, God. You got the accuracy points. First ones.
He did that.
Yeah.
I got Snickers.
And what do y'all think is going on in that one?
My theory, it's like a Ring situation where there's a cursed VHS. The VHS is called Taboo. It's a pornographic film. And you watch it, and your stepmother, as a result, turns into a monster that seduces you and bites your penis off. And then you become the monster.
Well, wait, it was the daughter who bit the penis off.
Oh, well,
the mom's
sorry.
the top.
Sorry.
Yeah. I just want to be clear.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Wow. All right. Well, you both honestly deserve creativity points for that one. But so here you go, Alec. You know.
This is just to make me feel better.
We're gonna add up all the candy at the end, and whoever has the most candy, that's who has the most points. So anyway, the name of that movie, if you don't know, is called Society by Brian Yuzna, right? And basically, all you need to know is that I don't really recommend it, but be careful.
God damn.
This candy's projectile freaking objects here. Basically, this kid finds out his parents have joined this cult of like socially elite rich people that all at night they go and dine on this weird. They have this weird just flesh orgy feast. Once they become part of the cult, then they can kind of join the orgy feast. It's worth checking out. All right.
Sounds like vegans.
Yeah. So look, this is our final round of. This is our very last one of this game, and then we're gonna move on to the next game. Dimitri, next clip. Oh, God. Alec, what's happening in that?
Well,
Yeah, you want to go?
Jared?
so Ryan, we actually saw this movie together.
Oh, you can't answer this one then. All right. We'll get to you in a second.
I want to say it's like a PSA kind of movie that is anti-eating booty.
Okay.
I would have to say some people do not like to eat the butt like groceries.
But some of us do.
Yes, very true.
All right, hold on. Let me see if I remember this right.
Oh, hold on. Who hasn't seen that movie? Raise your hand if you have not. Okay, yeah. Anyone want to give a good guess? Anyone want to take a gander at it? Oh, you do? Okay, what's going on?
It's House. And
Yeah. House or House-Sue. Good job. Hello? Anyone want to give a guess? Anyone want to give a guess? It's okay if you don't. Jared, what's going on in that movie?
The girl whose head is chopped off is, it's all friends who go into this house and the house is haunted, but the girl whose head gets chopped off, her whole quirk is that she just eats a lot, right?
Yes.
She's like the fat girl. And so then when she gets haunted, her thing is biting people in the butt.
Give Jared a round of applause for accuracy, everybody. Cotton candy. Okay. Well,
Wait, have you seen the film Alive? They have to eat the ass because that's where the most meat is.
yeah, this is a good guess.
Next
That's a good
question.
guess. Are these all of them right here? Or is there more of them? No?
What are you asking me?
Oh, for the trivia. The trivia. Oh, you got the trivia. Oh, okay. Oh, that's not the trivia.
Trying to take my shit.
I'm sorry. Alrighty, thank you. Be careful. Okay, so this next round of our spooktacular extravaganza is the Halloween trivia round, all right? So this is just, you've seen a trivia show. The first is going to be just written down trivia, but it's going to be like a lightning round. Then we're going to get to some video trivia. And here we go. Oh, well, yeah, Alec wrote some of these, so basically you don't have to step out. You can just sit there.
We have my co-host on the channel,
Oh.
Helen, here.
Oh, you are? Oh, yeah, yeah. All right, get out of here, Alec. What the fuck? Welcome. Who are you? Who are you? And what's your favorite horror movie?
Well, I am a droog, and my favorite horror movie is probably The Hills Have Eyes.
And what's your real name?
Alex.
Alex, give her a round of applause for Alex the Droog.
Oh, my real name is Helen.
Oh, Helen, give her a round of applause for Helen. I even know you. Okay, here we go. So now we got the questions. Let me take this clip off with my elbow, and
That is Will Smith.
Yes.
He is very famous in your country.
He disowned one of his sons, but you probably don't know that.
Number 2 rapper.
He's my favorite white rapper.
I agree.
so they both have dry erase boards. I'm gonna ask a question. They write it down. They reveal it. One of them's gonna, get candy if they win it. Okay. And then if neither of them get it right, then shoot your hand up in the air, and then you can get it right too. Interactive trivia game. Okay, so the first one's easy as fuck. It is just a quote. What movie is this quote from? I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti. Just starting out with a freaking gimme. And
Can we just do an acronym? It's a long title.
oh yeah, give an acronym. It's okay. In fact, just what's y'all's guess?
Silence of the Lambs.
All right, good job. Silence of the Hams, wrong. Oh, you got the gimme wrong. What the fuck? Okay. So
We're here to entertain.
Lamb and ham.
With Silence of the Hams.
That's a real movie.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like it's a parody movie.
You're a nerd.
all right, this next one's a little more difficult. I don't think I could get it if I just heard it out of context. Here it is. What movie is this from? I said I'm not going to hurt you. I'm just going to bash your brains in. No one say it out loud. Just whisper it inside your brain.
Ours is good.
And all right, reveal yourself.
We wrote Batwoman.
Batwoman.
Which is not a film.
Okay, all right, interesting guess. And what do we got over here?
Sorry, I got it right.
The Shining is correct. Give him a round of
All right,
applause.
to be fair, he said it like the Joker. And so I got the actor right.
Take nothing from my performance of these lines.
We are feminists.
It was very Heath Ledger.
All right, third one. This is another quote. I want your eyes, man. I want those things you see through. What line is that? I want your eyes, man. I want those things you see through. We're going over here. What do we got?
Get out.
Okay, what do you guys say?
Go to them first.
They said get out. That was their answer.
I was saying Cape Fear or Superman Returns.
It was get out. Give them a round of applause. Cape Fear was a good guess,
Good
though.
movie.
Yeah,
Good movie.
Great film.
great film. Both of
Do
them
we get
are.
points for mentioning great films?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Great film mention. Good job.
All right.
All right. Hey Liz, let's cut the music on this. For this one, let's get to the next questions. Wait. Yo, hey, yo, Walt. Oh, here you go. Here they are. Okay. All right. What's happening? Okay. So these are a little more harder. These are like people that have existed. And you got to guess what the person is. Okay. So that one's not really a horror one.
Number one dick.
Okay. You might know the unsolved murder of Elizabeth Short in Los Angeles, California by this name. You might know the unsolved murder of Elizabeth Short in Los Angeles, California by this name.
Wait, what is
There is a name of a murder, a famous murder that has a name. Not every murder has a name. Some murders do. This one has a name. Elizabeth Short was the name of the person murdered. All right, let's just, what do y'all say?
We're saying the Black Dahlia or Black Panther because that's also a good film. That starts
Okay.
with black.
Well, you're completely right with Black Dahlia. It is the Black Dahlia. What do y'all have? A blank slate. I see it. Wrong. All right, give them a round of applause. Good job. You're just racking the candy up over
Wait,
there.
did we get points for Black Panther or Black Dahlia?
You got it for Black Dahlia.
Yeah.
I mean, good guess, though. Okay.
Charles
Here we
is
go.
fucking lit.
In 2007, I wrote a book called If I Did It, a book about how I would have killed my wife if I did it, which I totally, completely did not. Who am I? Okay, we're going to go over here first. O.J. Simpson. Okay, that's a pretty good guess. Let's see what's y'all's guess. O.J. Orthaniel James. Orenthal James Sim. All right, you both got it. Good job, everybody. That was a good one. All right.
You got the action.
Good job. You got that. Okay, we're going to move on to our video trivia. All right.
You're not an OJ.
You got to be ready at all times here at Wisecrack Halloween night. Okay, so this next one, you might have seen our first video trivia question. A lot of you might have seen this one. I'm basically not going to say that much before I set it up, but yeah, let's just play the clip, Dimitri. Yeah. Woohoo! Yeah, baby. All right. So the question is, can you name what is the number one ingredient inside that man's exploded head? When they used it on set. In bonus points, a bonus question is how did they accomplish that shot? So broad question, but how did they do it? There's a very specific answer. All right, we're gonna go over here first. What do we got?
It looks like we have testicular cancer.
Oh my God.
But my joke answer was going to be unsold copies of Splinter Cell Blacklist. That's a deep cut. If anyone gets that joke, you're my best friend.
Testicular cancer of the head over here, and what do y'all got?
I got pig's blood and
Pig's blood. Okay.
that being the number one ingredient.
What?
The other question was how did they do it?
Yeah, how'd they do it?
Determination.
Gumption.
Rick Baker exploding a overgrown cyst.
Okay, no, you both get 0 points and 0 candy for that one, for that matter.
Thank you.
on the board.
Oh yeah, do you know the answer?
I believe is it like rabbit parts in a shotgun?
The shotgun is how they did it. So give him a yeah. In fact, Dimitri, can you put that picture up? That next picture. I think yeah. See, check it out. That's the shotgun.
Jesus
They
Christ.
pointed up at that guy's head, and then that's how they did that shot.
The 80s were so fucking cool.
Yeah. There's a cool documentary on YouTube about it. You should check it out. They tried forever to explode it or make it just explode from the inside, and everything looks stupid. And then basically the producer, the effects guy was like, all right, everyone get the hell out of the studio. I'm bringing my shotgun in from the truck, and I'm setting it up. And then that happened, and that's in the movie. All right.
What's the inside?
Give that man some candy.
We threw it at him. We'll give him some more.
What are the insides?
Oh, yeah, you need candy, man.
Ryan, what are the insides?
Oh, and the insides is a lot of burgers they had lying around the set. It's ground up burgers. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so let's see what we got for this next one. Okay, next clip. Oh yeah, and that movie was Scanners, by the way, by David Cronenberg. Give it up for David Cronenberg. Yeah. Fucking killing it. Way into his old age is awesome. All right, Dimitri, roll the clip, dude.
Party's over.
This almost made me barf when I was a little child. Uh-oh. Oh, no. It was so fucked up, even for the projector. All right. Dimitri, we got technical difficulties.
Too hot for TV.
Too hot for TV up here. We got a blackout. All right. Well, you got the idea. It sucks, but basically what you missed, if you couldn't see it, is that he takes a lawnmower through an entire thing of zombies, then goes back and forth a bunch of times. And it's one of the bloodier scenes in movie history. And the main question is, how many gallons of fake blood did they use? And I'll give you some options, so basically, A, 1,000 gallons, B, 5,000 gallons, C, 100,000 gallons, D, 1 million gallons of fake blood. 1,000, 5,000, 100,000, 1 million. And we're going to go over here.
I haven't finished writing. I said, trick question. They used the metric system, so they wouldn't use gallons.
Oh, shit! Oh, what?
Because they
Are you
filmed
shitting me?
Because it was filmed in New Zealand.
That's right. Okay, so over here, what do we got?
I guess C, but he is right. Dead alive.
C, huh? 100,000. Well, you are right that it was a little bit of a trick question because it was the first one. No one ever thinks it's going to be the first one. It's only 1,000 gallons. I mean, that's a fuck ton of gallons of blood.
I think multiple takes, many takes.
Multiple takes, 100,000 takes.
A gallon is not.
Gallons? No.
We also didn't see the extent.
That's true. That's true. That question got a little fucked up. It's okay. I highly recommend you go see Dead Alive by
So good.
by Peter Jackson. It was fucking awesome. All right, this is our last question of this round, of the video trivia round, and this one is important. We're gonna play 4 clips in a row. 4 Halloween kills, movies from 4 different Halloweens. There's been a shit ton of them. You gotta do your best to guess which movie each one is from. All right, there's 4 of them. You tell us the order. So it could be 1, 2, 3, 4. Could be anything. All right, let's hit it. Kind of working now.
It's like Predator.
Still, yeah. Yeah, the first one was a kebab, a sex kebab. This one's a shotgun. Ow. Laundry day. Okay. Well, that was very difficult. I couldn't even fucking answer that. So I got my cheat sheet over here. What's your order? 90210.
But that's the joke answer, because trick question, once again, I see through your disguise. Those all happened in H2O, the best Halloween movie.
Oh, shit! Good answer.
Is that right?
No. I'm giving him creative Reese's, though, for it, points for creativity.
Well, obviously, I have not seen these movies. I'm going to guess 3, 4, H2O2.
3, 4, H2O2. That's actually remarkably close. Does anyone know the answer for a fact? You know it. What do you got?
I don't know the first one, but I know the second one is 4. The next one was 6, and then the one after that was H2O. I might have got those.
Okay.
I got them all right. Oh, these are my jams, man.
Yeah.
So the first one was from 5.
That is right.
Oh. And then the second one was 4.
That's right.
And then the next one was Halloween H2O, which is technically the 7th one.
That's right.
And then the last one was Christopher Michael Myers, 6.
Give that man some candy.
Wow, yeah, baby. Yeah, you got the mother load. That guy rocks. All right.
Yeah.
I have a question. What'd you think of the new one? You've probably seen it 10 times by now. What do you think of the new one?
Have you seen the new one? Yeah, I saw it twice already. It's really good. Like the score, just I didn't even know how to describe it. I don't want to spoil it. I'm really excited. I love Halloween.
Wait, hold on. How much did you like H2O?
I actually did enjoy H2O. Looking back at it now, it's kind of like a proto-Scream in a way, or post-Scream. You know, it was produced by Kevin Williamson, who did Scream and all those.
Dawson's Creek.
It's like
yes.
a meta Halloween version.
All right.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Okay.
Did you know that?
All right.
You knew it?
So everybody, we're going to take a moment, just a brief hiatus from the games here for a minute. You know, you guys can chill out for a second. Thanks a lot for playing for a minute. But so I want to take you guys, I'm a filmmaker, you know. I like making movies. And so every time I love horror movies. Every time I see horror movies, I'm always like, man, this would be a cool fucking sequel. Or this would be a cool sequel. But my sequels in my brain never get made. So anyway, tonight I hope you will indulge me. And I'm going to, if you guys would listen to some of my movie pitches for horror sequels. Is that cool? Yeah. All right. So let's hit up the first slide, Dimitri, if you can. All right. So for my first one, everyone loves. The first one's simple, okay? We're just going to go on a simple one. Everyone loves Freddy vs. Jason, right? We all love that movie. And then let's go to the next slide, Dimitri. And then what? Oh, wait. Everyone loves Alien vs. Predator, right? Of course. Next slide. That's why you'll love Freddy vs. Jason versus Alien vs. Predator. It's obviously the next logical thing that needs to happen, right? Yeah. Okay, so there you go. You get what I'm going with this. So, okay. Now for my next one. You probably loved the movie Freddy vs. Jason vs. Alien vs. Predator, right? If it had come out. Well, that's why you would definitely love the next one, Dimitri. Freddy vs. Jason vs. Alien vs. Predator vs. Ash vs. Pinhead vs. Nosferatu. Right?
Yeah.
It's just the next logical step in movie franchise versus films. All right, let's go to the next slide, Dimitri. Thank you. Everyone loves the movie Rosemary's Baby, right? You love that movie? Well, you know, everyone knows what happens when you have Satan's baby, but what happens later, after? Then the years after, you know, what happens to the baby later on? That's why we need to watch this next slide. It's Rosemary's Teenager, everybody. So this is where we watch them, you know, the trials and tribulations of raising a demonic, rebellious teenage son in hell, you know, and yeah, things get fucked up. All right, let's go to the next one. You guys see that movie Hereditary?
Yeah.
That was a good one, right? This next one's pretty self-explanatory. It's pretty easy. Let's go to the next slide. It's the sequel to this one. Hereditary 2, 3, and Me. Right? It's play on words. You get it, you know? It's DNA and stuff. So basically what happens is the lone survivor of the movie goes on he gets a DNA test, figures out all the evil shit in his genes, and then he goes on a road trip to find himself, self-discovery, and meet all of his old evil genetic roots of his family. Okay, but he has to kill a lot of them along the way. All right, and then let's go to the next slide. You loved An American Werewolf in London, right? Everyone loves that movie. And then let's go to the next one. No one really likes this movie, An American Werewolf in Paris. That's why we need an updated version. Let's go to the next slide. American Werewolf in Silver Lake, everybody. So the cool part about this sequel is that no one realizes he's a werewolf. He just blends into the crowd. Everyone just thinks he has a hipster beard and he's really hairy, and so he just becomes part of the community here. opens up a vegan donut shop and writes screenplays on his spare time. All right, let's go to the next slide. Who liked the Vivitch? I personally didn't like the Vivitch. It was a little, well, I like the goat and the evil kid, but I have a great idea for a sequel for the Vivitch, and it's gonna blow you away. Let's hit the next slide. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, the Vivitch. Yeah, I couldn't even notice. I don't know why, but yeah, the Vivitch. You know that it's a sequel because of the extra V. I don't know anything else that's gonna go on in that one though. But, all right, let's go to the next slide. You like that movie, It Follows, right? Yeah. There's only one logical sequel for this movie. You know what it is. And let's go to the next one. It Swallows, all right? So I know what you're thinking, all right? It's not a porn parody. This is a real sequel where at the end, like, there's porn stars slowly following you wherever you go. And then if they catch you, then they suck your dick until they swallow you whole, okay? And then the weird part about the movie is that lots of people just choose to get swallowed, and everyone dies, and that's a real problem for the ghosts because that they thrive off of killing people. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Okay, we got you saw the BABADOok, right? You saw the BABADOok? Well, there's only one good sequel for the BABADOok. The Babadook 2 Electric Babadoogalookadook. And the difference between this movie is that the kid's book is in color instead of black and white. It's a big twist on the movie.
I like his Angelina Jolie leg.
Yeah.
He's got the.
I would watch that. All right, next one. You saw The Silence of the Lambs, right? Yeah. That's a classic. It won 1 million Oscars. Well, a lot of people don't realize this. There's only one good scene in that movie where Buffalo Bill does the tuck. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. With Goodbye Horses. And well, that's why we got to watch this sequel. Let's go to the sequel. Silence of the Lambs 2-hour tuck. All right? Just 2 hours of Buffalo Bill doing the tuck. We get to listen to this song for 2 hours straight. Best song in the world. It's 2 hours. All right. We'll go to the next slide. I don't want to make you look at that any longer. Okay. And this is my very last one. Thanks for indulging me again. This last one, you guys like The Conjuring, right? Anyone see The Conjuring? Well, you know, you've seen The Conjuring 1. You've seen The Conjuring 2. Let's go to the next slide, Dimitri. You've seen that. Well, now I have a great idea for Conjuring 3. Let's go to the next slide. So The Conjuring 3 is just going to be, it's going to be a 5-minute film. Let's go to the next slide. It's going to be a 5-minute film. Conjuring 3, one more slide. It's called Give Me My Fucking Money Back for The Conjuring 1 and Conjuring 2. It's 5 minutes, and it's just an AMC manager giving me $40. And then at the end of this movie, everyone gets $40. And that's why it's going to be the highest grossing movie of this whole series. And that's all my horror movie pitches. Yeah. Thanks for watching those. But let's get back to the whole reason you came for, the bread and butter of Wisecrack. Oh yeah, anyone have a good horror movie pitch for a sequel in the audience? It's okay if you don't, but there might be one or two out there that, oh, you do, sir. What's your horror movie pitch?
A monk, a samurai, and a kung fu wizard roam through a zombie landscape, exploring the subtle differences between Taoism, Buddhism, and Bushido.
I'd watch that.
I would watch the shit out of that. Give that guy a round of applause. Holy shit. Just off the top of his head. Thank you very much.
Does it have a title?
What do you got, sir?
Okay, I've been brewing this one for a long time, and I appreciate that you talked about Freddy vs. Jason.
Hell yeah.
It's one thing that franchise is missing is wordplay. And I think we need to have a PBJ that's Paul Bot versus Jason.
Oh, dude, that's what it's missing. That's what we're missing there. You got a pumpkin for that. Good job. Wow. Anyone got a good horror movie? Oh, wow, we got good horror movies over here. What's going on?
Nightmare on Elm Street 10, Freddy got fingered.
Yeah.
Right. I like it. I'm stealing some of your candy, sorry.
It's all good.
You, sir.
So the first guy's idea, I just want to know who Scarlett Johansson is going to play.
She's going to back out like the puss she is.
Okay, all right, moving on. So the next part of this show is some.
Buddy once told me.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'll give you some candy for that later.
That's
The next part is the great debate. Give everyone a round of applause. So, I was like, everyone know if you watch Wisecrack for long enough, you know what we like to do is we like to overanalyze, or just what we call it analyzing. Just movies, TV shows, video games, all the coolest stuff in the world. So for this, it's Halloween themed. I was like, Jared and Alec, I present you with one question: what is the scariest movie that has ever been made? And then we're going to have a debate about it in front of all of you. You are all the jury here today in this debate, okay? And it's up to us to decide who is more persuasive between Jared and Alec. They came back with some pretty weird suggestions for what the scariest movie is. We'll see if it's persuasive to y'all. I'm going to hand the floor over to Alec first.
No, Jared.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Who's queued up first?
We did a coin flip in the back. Jared won. And okay. Jared, you're up. First, tell the jury what your movie pick is. What is the scariest movie that has ever been made?
Okay. Thank you, Ryan. Great job. Yeah, give Ryan a round of applause, man. He's just killing it.
He's so out of breath that you know. Poor guy.
So today I'm going to argue that the scariest movie of all time is perhaps one that you would not expect. So first let me ask, how many of you have had the privilege of seeing the 1988 classic, Vampire's Kiss? Woo! Yeah! Not many of you, that's okay. Because I am about to prove to you that it's the scariest movie of all time. So now even if you haven't seen Vampire's Kiss, you've seen it a little bit, because it's basically the reason why His Holiness Nicolas Cage is a meme. So let's go ahead and play the first clip just to set the tone.
What could be easier? It's all alphabetical. You just put it in the right file, according to alphabetical order. You know, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. That's all you have to do.
Very good. You know your alphabet.
I didn't spell anything.
So Vampire's Kiss is a movie about Peter Lowe, who is a publishing executive in Manhattan during the 1980s. Now, the premise of the movie is that he is seduced and ultimately bitten by a vampire, and he doesn't take it too well. Let's show this next clip to show what it's like for him to transform. Yeah, so he doesn't take it too well. But what we end up finding out is that Peter Lowe isn't turning into a vampire. He's just crazy. He's slowly losing his sanity. But what we do find out, or what the movie is actually about, is about how he abuses his secretary, Alva. So let's go ahead and roll the next clip.
Why do you have your coat on?
Well, I'm leaving. It's 5 o'clock.
But you know, Alva, you still haven't found that contract yet, have you?
Mr. Lowe, there are 15. There's Spiegel files. It's all I do all day. I mean,
But you haven't found it yet, Alva. Now, don't you think it would be a good idea to stay late? Maybe work a little overtime?
My eyes are killing me.
Aw.
Well, I was also thinking today that maybe you could put somebody else on the job for a while. Or another secretary to help me out. I mean, you know, to make the job easier.
Alva, there is no one else in this entire office that I could possibly ask to share such a horrible job. You're the lowest on the totem pole here, Alva. The lowest. Do you realize that? Every other secretary who's been here longer than you, Alva. Everyone. And even if there was someone here who was here just one day longer than you, I still wouldn't ask that person to partake in such a miserable job as long as you were around. That's right, Alva. It's a horrible, horrible job. Sifting through old contract after old contract. I couldn't think of a more horrible job if I wanted to. And you have to do it. You have to, or I'll fire you. Do you understand? Do you? Good.
All right, let's cut it.
And there's no problem.
So, Vampire's Kiss is a movie with a message. And by using the conceit of him thinking that he's turning into a vampire, but actually he's not, it draws an interesting comparison between the culture, the yuppie culture of the 80s with these nepotists and these yuppies that define the executive culture in the publishing industry in the 80s. And by drawing this comparison between them and the vampires, it begs the question, who's the real vampires? And like vampires, Nicolas Cage's character Peter Lowe does nothing during the day. And in fact, when Alva, his assistant, is done, he's quite incensed because he doesn't do any work himself. Let's roll the next clip.
I wonder what Alva's doing today.
Yes, Mr. Lowe?
Judy, would you send Alva in here, please?
She called in sick today, Mr. Lowe.
Did she?
Yes, she said she had a very bad cold.
A bad cold. Thanks, Judy. A bad cold. My.
So, we're all familiar with the myth of vampires. They suck the blood of the working class, not unlike Peter Lowe. They are landed aristocrats who, once again, suck the blood of those who are less fortunate of them. And then, thirdly, they are oftentimes very sexually aggressive. They will go out into the night, into the villages, and seduce young maidens, and sometimes sexually assault them. And this is what happens at the end of Vampire's Kiss. Not only does he abuse and exploit Alva, but eventually he follows her into the bathroom, ultimately ending in a sexual assault. And at the end, there is one last part where he comes to this ambiguous decision or conclusion that he is a real vampire. Let's play the last clip.
I'm a vampire.
So the reason why Vampire's Kiss is the scariest movie of all time is because whereas usually fantastic creatures like vampires and werewolves are used to scare us in a movie theater, but at least then we get to leave the theater with the comfort of knowing that these creatures don't exist. But with Vampire's Kiss, by using the vampire as a metaphor to talk about the ways that all of our bloods are sucked by some very corrupt people at the top, we don't get that comfort. We don't get the comfort because the movie shows us that the vampires are out there. Those bloodsuckers are out there. Thank you.
Wow, give him a round of applause. He put some thought into that.
Deep. That was good.
Damn. I'll never look at that movie the same way again. Thank you, Jared. Well, now let's see if Alec can persuade us that his movie that he picked is scarier than Vampire's Kiss. Alec, you have the floor. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ryan. Well, that was great, Jared, so thank you.
Thank you.
But I'm going to argue that the scariest movie ever made is the 1998 masterpiece, You've Got Mail, starring Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan.
Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, it's great. So You've Got Mail, for anyone who hasn't seen it, is the story of Meg Ryan, who plays Kathleen Kelly, a small business owner. She runs a children's bookstore. When all of a sudden, a big bad mega chain store, kind of Barnes & Noble-esque, opens up around the corner, threatening her business. At the same time, she's meeting strangers on the internet, which I've heard is a great thing you can do. Specifically, someone named New York 152, a fellow book lover. While all that's happening, Kathleen Kelly gets mad at Fox & Sons, this Barnes & Nobles-esque chain, and one of its family members who runs it, specifically Joe Fox, Tom Hanks. Of course, inevitably, she has to close up shop. Who can compete with the mega chains? But she kind of befriends her nemesis, Tom Hanks, Joe Fox. They start a friendship, and then she finally meets the love of her life, New York 152, and realizes that it's the person who put her out of business to begin with, Joe Fox. So why is this movie scary? I'm going to argue that's the most Orwellian movie that's ever been made. So 1984 by George Orwell is a story about, his name's Winston, who flirts with freedom, gets caught, gets tortured, and is crushed under the heel of a totalitarian regime. Similarly, Meg Ryan is also crushed under the heel of not a totalitarian regime, but big business. Specifically, there's some really good setup here. Tom Hanks and his family are cruel corporate despots who take glee in crushing small businesses. Can you play the first clip?
Listen, I have a sad announcement to make. City Books on 23rd Street, it's going under.
Oh, another independent bites the dust. On to the next.
So in both stories, our protagonists come to love the symbol of their oppression. Let's consider the two endings of these movies. Can you play the next clip?
I wanted it to be you. I wanted it to be you so bad.
So, for those who don't know, Joe Fox has put her out of business, made her destitute and poor, and then when she meets this stranger that she's been talking to, realizes that she always wanted to be Joe Fox, the person who put her out of business. Now, I want to compare this to the ending of 1984. Can you put up the next little... So this is the last words of 1984. Great book, everyone should read it, watch the Thug Notes.
Please watch it.
But it was all right. Everything was all right. The struggle was finished. He had won the victory over himself. He loved Big Brother. Now, Wilson finally comes to love the warming embrace of Big Brother. While the system could have simply killed or lobotomized him, it's far more preferable for the system if he embraces his oppression, which is really the message of You've Got Mail. So, even while all of this is happening, Tom Hanks earlier in the film is using the language of seduction over the masses to win them over. Clip.
Hey, you know what? We should announce ourselves to the neighbors. Let them know. Here we come.
Oh, no, this is Upper West Side, man. We might as well tell them we're opening a Crack-Haus. They're gonna hate us. As soon as they hear, they're gonna be lining up to picket
the big bad chain store
that's out to destroy
everything they hold dear. Yeah. Do you know what? We are going to seduce them. We're going to seduce them with our square footage and our discounts and our deep armchairs and our cappuccino. That's right. They're going to hate us at the beginning, but
we'll get them in the end.
You know why?
Why?
Because we're going to sell them cheap books and legal addictive stimulants. In the meantime, we'll just put up a big sign. Coming soon, a Fox Book Superstore and the end of civilization as you know it.
Charming.
Jesus.
So, this isn't some accident of the movie. In fact, the idea of loving Big Brother or some fascist icon is pretty explicitly stated by a completely tertiary character, a nice old woman who works at the bookstore. Can you play the next clip?
Now, I suppose you want me to tell you who it was I fell madly in love with. But I'm not going to tell.
Who was it, Birdie? I want to tell. Oh, that's so mean. But so romantic.
It wasn't meant to be.
Why not?
He ran Spain.
Spain?
The country. He ran it. It was his job. And then he died. Just as well. Milk or lemon?
She fell in love with Generalissimo Franco.
Ah, don't say that.
So, for anyone who didn't get the reference, Francisco Franco, brutal dictator of Spain, fascist dictator, eventually died, seduces this woman and they fall in love, but then it can't work because they die. So, love Big Brother. Anyway, so Tom Hanks also acknowledges the way that consumerism specifically can completely destroy and rebuild your identity. Let's play that next clip.
The whole purpose of places like Starbucks is for people with no decision-making ability whatsoever to make 6 decisions just to buy 1 cup of coffee. Short, tall, light, dark, calf, decaf, low-fat, non-fat, etc. So people who don't know what the hell they're doing or who on earth they are can, for only $2.95, get not just a cup of coffee, but an absolutely defining sense of self.
Caramel macchiato.
Tall, decaf, cappuccino.
Tall decaf cappuccino.
In short, You've Got Mail is the story of a woman who's crushed by the system, left jobless and destitute, who nevertheless falls in love with the symbol of her oppression, the personification of her defeat, Joe Fox, aka Big Brother. And it's just not enough to lose the battle against Big Brother. You have to fall in love with him too. Let's watch that end again.
I wanted it to be you. I wanted it to be you so bad.
She always loved Big Brother. So why is this the scariest movie ever made? Well, the truly sinister thing is that such a bleak and soul-crushing message could be packaged in a delightful rom-com featuring America's sweethearts, Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan. Now, not only must they fall in love in the movie, but we fall in love with them as we see the inevitable march of history crushing the small business. Thank you very much.
Jesus Christ. Who would have thunk it? You've Got Mail, Orwellian dystopian nightmare.
Hey, Ryan.
Yeah.
I'm right here.
What's up?
Can I talk about my scariest movie?
Oh, yeah, please.
I didn't tell them, but I brought my own.
Oh, yeah, I'd love to hear it. I want to hear your persuasion. All right, Adam's got the floor.
This will be a quick one. Let me take you all the way back to the year 1984, the real year 1984. Well, that's the year the tape that I found took place. I was but 5 years old. I found a VHS tape in my collection, and it said Super Bowl 1984. For those who don't know, I was born in 1985. The scariest movie I've ever seen is the sex tape in which my parents created me. Let's play that clip. I was just making this up on the spot. That's actually really good that they did this. That was it. I was making a joke.
All right, well, that was persuaded me. I can visualize it. Only my own parents, unfortunately, though. All right, so let's take you back to Jared. We're going to do a round of applause for what the scariest movie is. Our fucking options are Vampire's Kiss and You've Got Mail. I don't know how we got to this point.
Or my parents' fucking.
Or his parents' sex tape. The whole reason Adam's sitting here right now.
I was a mistake.
He's a Super Bowl tape. Okay. Jared. Who votes for Jared? Who was persuaded by his argument? Jared, I would say that was tepid to medium applause. Okay. Now, Alec, who thinks it was You've Got Mail? Oh, we got woos in that one. And who thinks it was Adam Kovic's sex tape? Yeah! All right. All right. I think the people clearly have spoken. Good job, You've Got Mail. Yeah. You win. All right.
Thank you, Ryan.
What
am I supposed to do with these?
Let's now we're gonna do a version of that. They came prepared with all that stuff. Adam didn't. That was great. But they came prepared. They poured over their research. Which is what we do on all the videos. They take months of research, sometimes years, decades of research for a video on our YouTube channel. But here now, I'm just gonna play a clip, and I'm gonna present them with an ethical quandary. Kind of like, what is the scariest movie ever made? But
Can I just want everyone to know I've been pitching Jared on that You've Got Mail video for like 2 years now.
You guys were the focus group for that. Good job. So now they don't know the question. We're gonna play a clip real quick, and then I'm gonna ask a question. But basically, you guys have seen the movie It Follows. We talked about it earlier. All right. Well, this is basically the It Follows ethics question. just let's play the clip. We'll talk during it. But you know, if you haven't seen It Follows in a while,
It's my parents.
yeah, if you're the person that the people are following, then you have sex with somebody, and then now it follows them. So now it's following her, the spooky old woman. Oh my God. You're telling me you've got males scarier than this? And yeah. Okay, so if that thing catches you, let's play the next little slide, you know, just so the people see what happens. You know, that's what happens, all right? Let's play the next slide. So let's say you go on the world's worst Tinder date, all right? You know, you're like, oh man, things are going great. This is a good date, all right. Into the night comes, you guys seal the deal. Then she says, oh yeah, sorry, this thing is gonna follow you now. What do you do? What is the ethical thing to do, Jared? I would like you to, for all of your ethics videos that you've made in Wisecrack, if you could cite at least one or two ethicists about what should you do if you are in the It Follows ethical quandary? We're gonna give everyone a chance.
What should I do about the...
Yeah, because if you don't know, the ethical quandary is that you now have to pass this on to somebody else. Okay. And then basically, once you have sex with somebody, then it's following them. But if it catches them and they die, then it comes back to you. So that's the situation you're in right now.
I guess what happens, you gotta find somebody who's got terminal cancer, only one day to live, and you just gotta
But no, if they die, then
what happens if they die?
It comes back to you.
If they die, it comes back to you.
Shit.
Your plan sucks.
I know, that's...
Okay.
Anybody over there have a good answer? I mean, we're stumped over here.
Wait, I be killed? I
What?
think I have a great answer.
No. What's up?
I would seduce Logan Paul.
Oh, okay. That is an answer.
I mean, I don't want to seduce Logan
Can you cite a philosopher while you do that?
I'm going to say Max Horkheimer. No.
Okay, cool. That's an answer. Anyone over here?
I feel like you could spin this where you could be like an international spy, where you have to seduce like hot dictators. So like you go in, you bang them, they die, and you move on to the next one because like that's how you take them down. They don't understand it.
That's actually a good answer. All right.
We make this do a cool thrill rom-com action. It's Hollywood's garbage. Don't listen to me.
I see this as a euphemism for herpes simplex too. They have medicine. You can just take medicine for it. I've been in that situation before.
Very persuasive.
Yes.
Thank you.
Wait,
It's
real
okay.
quick. I've heard people make the comparison for It Follows of like, yeah, it's like an STD, you know.
Right.
I've never heard
much.
anyone call it a specific STD.
Not one, but two. Not the lips. Everyone has that on the lips.
Oh yeah, Jared. I guess. Yeah, you know what? It's funny you said that about all the dictators.
Oh.
No, not the herpes. Because you know, I thought that if I was ever in the situation, yeah, because you want to get it as far away from you as possible. So if you gather like an orgy of dictators, just imagine this. It's like, all right, I have sex with you, then then this Hitler has sex with that Hitler, then that Hitler has sex with that Hitler. Then all of a sudden, 50 of them get down the road. Then it's like I can breathe a little bit. I'm safe. I'm not,
Okay, no wait. I got the solution. You create a time machine. You go back in time. You bang Genghis Khan.
Yeah.
We're pretty much all descendants of Genghis Khan because you fucked a lot. He takes care of it for you.
Okay, well, there you go.
Thank you, Genghis Khan. Let's do a Genghis Khan round of applause.
What? Yeah.
He's a monster.
Does anyone have an answer to the It Follows quandary? Yeah, I would like to hear what you got to say.
Bang an astronaut. Yeah.
An astronaut?
They can go to the ISS. How's that thing going to get?
Oh, how can you follow an astronaut? That is an answer. God damn.
Wait, no, that doesn't work though, because like, yeah,
They-
I mean,
they can fly?
hard cut to It Follows monster with a space helmet on like a Falcon 9. Be like, I'm on my way.
How does the It Follows monster react?
I mean, he is a monster, yes, but
How does the It Follows monster react to necrophilia?
Well, seems like it'd be okay with it, probably.
So when it would just, but it couldn't kill a dead person.
But then maybe it doesn't transfer and you just fucked a dead body for no reason.
There's only one way to know.
There's Elder Wand rules.
There's a reason you did it, because it's awesome.
It was worth the try.
Yeah,
Wait,
but
I have a question.
waste
Yes.
of time.
The old lady follows you. Can you have sex with her?
No, if that thing catches you, it's over. Look at that fucking thing. You want?
Thank you.
That's what happens when you have sex with that thing.
The end of The Arrival? If you get that reference, you're my best friend.
Thank you for coming. I love you. Check us out on YouTube, baby. Hit it up, Liz. You got that music going. And yeah, have a safe night, trick or treat, and happy Halloween. Here's Jacob.
Huge thanks to everyone for coming out. Thanks to Ryan, Adam, Greg, Alec, Jared, Ryan again, and thanks guys for coming out. Thanks so much. Happy Halloween, everybody.
Graveyard smash. It caught on in a flash. They played the Monster Mash.